Thank you all for joining this session. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to be charting a course through the past, present, and future monetization of here, spoken from the perspectives of our three panelists on the side here. So before looking forwards, we'll start by looking back. And to place ourselves in 2015, I find it's useful to think of the events that summed up that. So if you can remember going to the cinema and seeing Jurassic World, if you remember Uptown Funk being stuck in your head, if you remember Jeremy Clarkson getting fired from Top Gear for punching someone, that's 2015. So that's where we're going back to, right? If you also remember then Awin's website looked like this, where we were obsessed with capitalization because nothing says innovation like a caps lock. That was us. Simpler times, but good times. So the question we're asking ourselves is, has the time between then and now been a golden decade for affiliate monetization? And to answer that, we'll hear from three partners to my left here that cover the core of the affiliate channel. The industry stalwart in Payback, representing the loyalty sector. A representative from Stylink is going to talk about the thriving creator community, and Hearst, one of the most prestigious brands in news and media. So the diversity of the guests is a direct reflection of the diversity of the channel. And I hope you're all looking forward to the conversation as much as I am. So my name is Paul Stewart. I'm the Group Strategic Partnership Director at Awin. That means I look after the partner growth across the Awin ecosystem, meaning I look at I try to predict the partnerships that we need to double down on the new types that are coming in. It's a really nice place to be in and a privileged bit to do. I'd love to tell you that 14 years ago when I started affiliate, when it was then, that I pictured that this industry would be as thriving and as amazing and my role would be as interesting as it is. But the truth is, I got started in affiliate marketing because affiliate window was 20 minutes away from my flat, and in all the job descriptions that they had at the time, they made it very clear that everyone got drunk on a Friday. And that was our industry, back then. I'll now hand over to our guests to quickly introduce themselves, the businesses they're from, and also how they got started in affiliate marketing.
Yes, I'm Simone. Hi everyone. I'm VP Global Market Development at Stylink. We're an affiliate marketing platform for creators and brands. And I've been with Stylink for 5 years now. And before that, I worked in an agency. I was very obsessed after my studies, for everything digital media communication, digital marketing. And I worked at an agency, and that's where I first got in contact with affiliate marketing through a client of ours back in the day.
Yeah, hi, I'm Torsten. I'm VP of Digital Sales at Payback, one of the biggest loyalty programs worldwide, I think the biggest one in Germany. I'm doing this at Payback now for 10 years. Was with Webmiles, a Bertelsmann company, for 12 years. Basically doing the same there, e-commerce and loyalty. And I started with a server, with a computer, with a server, where we uploaded XLS files to credit points to some thousands customers, and today we have about 35 million customers, so quite a change.
Hi everyone, I'm Sara. I'm Director of E-commerce at Hearst UK. At Hearst, I oversee all the affiliate strategy across content, commercial, and SEO. And for the ones of you who don't know Hearst, we have over 15 brands in the UK and that span across different verticals, to name a few: Cosmopolitan, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, Good Housekeeping. I started in affiliate marketing over 10 years ago. And I have to admit, I knew very little about affiliate marketing. I started first when I was doing more broadly digital marketing, but then I really entered the space when I joined the Independent and Evening Standard, and it was just a job that a friend sent to me and said, well, check this out, and I did, and I've been obsessed with affiliate marketing ever since.
Great. So that's our panel. And so let's begin. Let's reflect on the last 10 years. So to set the scene, and there are several proxies for success on the screen. So we have, firstly, several companies achieving billion-dollar valuations in the period. There were several exits and raises well over that. Secondly, looking at just the growth rates on Awin, you can see that there's a 5x increase in terms of spend, client base, etc. And interestingly, if you look at the wider context, people just searching for the term affiliate marketing, also 5x increase over the period. So you have these sort of drivers where you have increased general awareness, increased spend and activity going on within the channel, more players within the channel. But interestingly, you have this consistent ROI that's going there from 2015 all the way through to 2025 where we are now. That ROI stayed very consistent. And it's that really that's driven these valuations and the interest in that. The wider context of this period obviously is defined by two big macro events. You have the emergence out of a financial crisis, and you probably put Brexit somewhere in there as well. And then you have the entry into and out of the pandemic, which was an interesting period for everyone in this room, I'm sure. There was a lot of uncertainty, and then there was a rapid acceleration in terms of people. And then there's probably been a bit of a regression to the mean since then, but it has been a big accelerant for the channel. And so to get into that, rather than talking about the macro bit of the channel, actually our industry is about the individual perspectives of the partners that make it up. And so we'd like to get into your specific experiences from then and hear from the panel. So I'm going to start with Sara. So how did Hearst initially view affiliate marketing back in 2015? My sense that you have a business that's been around for as long as Hearst has. You came to affiliate marketing as it emerged, and how was that accepted and how was it viewed? And then how did that change over the decade?
So we started with entering the affiliate marketing space in 2015 in the US first, and then we quickly launched in the UK a year later, and then Europe, all the European markets followed between 2017 and 2020. We have been in the space for 10 years as a company. We're actually celebrating 10 years this year, which is great, but actually it was just in the last 4 years, I would say, that we really doubled down on affiliate marketing. And at the start, I feel that, as with probably everyone entering the space who entered the space recently, there was a lot of, it was difficult to really prove it as a core monetization method, and so it took some time to prove the potential of the channel. And we did that by really looking at data. And so even if it was early days, we didn't have much data, we weren't really doing much, we collected all the data, and then obviously we could see the success of the channel, of the wider channel, and that really helped us prove to our leadership the value of affiliate marketing. And now today, fast forward to today, it's one of the most important revenue streams in our company. We have the support from the leadership team, but most importantly, we have the editorial team on board, which is something that from a publisher perspective is really, really important. So to succeed in this channel really from publishers, you need to have the support of the leadership team and the support of the editorial team. And again, to get them on board, it's all about showing them the data and what their article can achieve. And they get really motivated when they start seeing their articles performing that well. And I feel that is when we really unlocked the power, the full power of what we could achieve. We went from having one person in the UK, not even dedicated to affiliate marketing, doing a million things and affiliate marketing, to now having a full team of content creators, of sales negotiators, and audience specialists, which is where it got to us today.
It's amazing, thanks. And Simone, interestingly, Stylink was founded during this period, so there was something about the channel that made your founders go, I think there's a gap here, but the performance channel is the right place for us. Can you talk us through a bit around the ideas behind that and what the gap that Stylink was made to create to fill? Mm-hmm.
So Stylink was founded in 2017, and we come from a creator's perspective. So the founding idea of Stylink is that we wanted to help smaller creators, micro-influencers, to monetize their content. Back in the day, there wasn't really much recognition for the smaller accounts and the creators who really put their heart and soul into content creation, but it was never visible to the brands, and of course also not compensated. So the founding idea of Stylink is to help those smaller creators monetize their content. And that also means, of course, enabling the brand to help them tap into new sources of traffic and performance, like to help them work with the micro-influencers so that they can reach the full potential, or they can have access to the potential of the micro-influencers in their community. And in 2017, we are based in Germany, so in the German market at least, there was a gap. So we made a quite unique business model in combining influencer marketing and affiliate marketing.
Great. And Torsten, I understand that Payback is 25 years old as well, so it's literally starting at exactly the same time as Awin. Thinking back to the beginnings, and I guess your business is probably mainly around acquiring members, getting offers to bring the members, get the members to drive the offers. What are the strategies that you had around that, and how have they changed over the last 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, the foundation of Payback basically is the offline business. That's the grocer, that's the drugstore, that's the fuel station, that's the customers going offline shopping and using the Payback card. So, and we had a good member base, and we had a desktop, we had a website, and basically we were pushing via newsletter. Basically, that was it. So I think it's about 12 years ago, our digital CEO began to implement a strategy which was called Everything Goes app. So, and by that, basically we pushed every member into the app, and we were able to build up really good reach in app. Today we have about 30 million members, Payback members using the app, and we have like daily uniques, like 2.5 million in the app. So the usage basically changed from doing this frequent transactions offline into doing high frequency transactions in the app, and then we added our vertical strategy in digital, basically trying to generate as much collecting possibilities as possible across all verticals. And today a Payback member can shop its all, basically the whole basket, which is thinkable, from pet food to installing the solar panel roof, to doing the telco or doing the travel, or basically everything is done with Payback. And what you see is that the CLV by a member just skyrocketed. So it's not only growth by member, but it's also a massive growth on CLV, what we see today. And was there a change during the pandemic? Did you notice that really accelerated the business, or did you find that? No, pandemic was really crazy, because we had an exclusive partnership with the travel partner, a really big one. And we decided in Corona, to go out of this exclusivity into broader marketplace approach in the vertical, and then COVID hit. And it was not only doing zero revenues with travel, but it was paying back to the travel partner, because all the travels were cancelled. So I took over a business in this vertical, and I had to pay, like, for 1 year. I had to pay every month for this business. So it was just a incredible change in that business. Wow. So I think we all have three different businesses, but three big stories about how you've expanded and grown through the channel. And as with all things that mature, the friction points that are somewhat noticeable at the beginning become really apparent as you start adding scale to there. There's a couple of different things we could talk about. There's three I want to really drill in on. So you have, on either side of the last click point here, you have things that are probably happening to us, externalities on the industry, and then at the center, you have the thing that underpins it, the attribution model. And so I want to get into the idea of, like, what are the challenges with these current things, and are there opportunities there? So I'm going to come to you first, Simone, on the impact of the collateral damage in the tech titan battle. So by this I mean, affiliate can get caught up when Apple decides to take on Google, or Apple decides to take on Meta, and we get caught up in some of the consequences of that without the thing being designed to do it. So one of the good examples of this is Apple's app tracking transparency. So essentially to remove the ability for Meta to be able to target as well. It also has impacted the ability for affiliate networks and other tracking platforms to be able to attribute in-app as accurately. And as a partner that works within these sandbox environments, you have a lot of Instagram campaigns, TikTok campaigns, etc. How much of a challenge is this? How do you work around it? And do you think there's anything the industry could be doing more to help?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge for us. I mean, we are always have this dependency. I think it's always a risk that just comes with the business and the business model that we build. So we do have the dependency on things like you just said, like the Apple policy, but also Instagram and TikTok itself. Like if they change features, if they change policy, it's always a risk for us. And I think you just have to be very flexible and adaptable. Of course, have a good tech team to work on it. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. Like I said, it's kind of independency. So I think it's really important and helpful to just talk to each other so we can learn from each other in an environment like this, to also rely on the help of our partners like Awin, so that we have different approaches and can learn from each other what everyone is doing to kind of battle those challenges. And especially for us, we also it's also really important to have a good tracking process, because with Instagram and TikTok, it's like the buying behavior from the customers that we work with is not really the end of the funnel. It's like more middle funnel, like a lot of inspiration that customers take from Instagram and TikTok. So for us, it's really important that the tracking is in place, because it's rarely an impulse buy that you do, maybe sometimes in the fashion sector, but if you're looking at furniture or other verticals, then the sale happens on different devices weeks later. So it is a really important topic that we just need to stay educated on and try to be adaptable with the challenges that we all do face.
Are there any proxy metrics that you use? So I think our channel is rightly very focused on outcome and performance and sales, but are there other metrics that you think we should be looking at that can sort of supplement that? And are there any that you use at Stylink to sort of highlight the value of the campaign?
I mean, we do have a mix, so yes, it's still very performance-based. It's sales and clicks conversion rate, of course, but we also add additional value with the content. So we also really have a look at engagement rate and reach, and we encourage everyone to really put that into the mix as well, to have a look at the content quality if there's content involved. But we also, in our experience, it's nice to have that mix, but at the end of the day, most partners still rely mostly on sales and performance, since it is the affiliate channel.
Thanks. Torsten, I'll come to you next. On a similar kind of vein, regulation has also played a big part in some of the inaccuracy that's creeping in. So GDPR, e-privacy, some of the interpretations of this, and some of those terms are quite ambiguous. I think retailers sometimes struggle to understand how they can interpret it, and if they are unclear, it can result in them taking a sort of more protective, defensive measure. So how specifically have Payback felt the impact of that, and are there things that you think we could be doing to improve it?
I mean, it's really an incredible complex topic, because in Germany you have this state regulation. So in Bavaria there's another view, as is in Hamburg. So basically what we do is we have to speak with every advertiser, and it's one-to-one talks, how the tracking works, how the content is giving, what is about IDFA and AT&T and all the other stuff. And if remembering 25 years ago, you had a desktop and you had a newsletter, that's it. So basically you had one link and that was affiliation. Today you have app traffic, you have mobile push traffic, you have social traffic, you have external traffic. So the chances that the tracking or the content is not giving is just so huge. In a loyalty program, if you don't credit the points, then you have problems. So tracking has to work 100%, and that in a member group where the topic of content and tracking and so on is not transparent. It's not that our so-called Erna Schipulski, this is like our typical member who's like low involvement, basically doesn't know and doesn't care why content has to be given, like everything. So yeah, it's one-to-one talks with the advertisers going through, then doing calls with our legal team, with the other legal team, and then it's step by step, and basically every step creates a success, and team is cheering up. If content is solved, it's cheering up. If IDFA is solved, it's cheering up. And what helped us a lot was connecting our sales engineers team with the creative team and really having a look into all the user journeys. So basically what they do is they have a look at the shop, they'll have a look at the content or the tracking, and then we do the user journeys on the shop. So basically we have communication on the whole user journey. What do you have to do here? What do you have to do on this shop and this shop and this shop? Yes, all the contents look different. Yeah, it's just incredible.
The fact that you have different regulations within Germany is perhaps the most German thing I've ever heard. That's great.
Yes.
And coming to you, Sara, on the last click part, and then we'll open it up to the wider group actually, because I think there's an important check-in to see whether we think that this is still something that is serving us well. So particularly with last click, and as I guess you describe as maybe an upper funnel publisher, last click probably is less effective for you than say it is for other publisher types. So what role does fixed fee play for you, and is that a suitable sort of add-on?
Yeah, absolutely. We have introduced fixed fees very recently, actually, at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So it's only been a bit more than a year that we actually offer our partners this option. But when I joined Hearst, I realized that there was the need from advertisers specifically to have that more guaranteed content, which CPA doesn't offer. Hearst is very clear on the fact that we on a CPA, we have full control, our content is unbiased, we really want the trust of our readers, and so we're really strong on that. So Tendencies obviously offers that opportunity, and as you say, can mitigate a little bit the risk of the last click for us, which is something we're constantly working towards on, I would say, a one-to-one basis as well, as in it's something that we can't control, obviously, but we can discuss with our partners. In terms of fixed fees, we want to make sure that for Hearst, CPA is always the main channel for us, the main way we monetize our content because of that fact to unbiased content. But fixed fees have become really quickly a big revenue streams for us.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting with fixed fee as well, because for me it's a recognition from advertisers that they understand that part of it is hidden. Some of the value is not being recognized, and therefore fixed fee is appropriate. So I just want to have a quick run through the group. Fixed fee is at the core of our industry. CPA is at the core of our industry. It's performance-led. It's probably what has attracted all the spend and to it. But has this beacon now become a burden? Like, is this something that we need to begin to shed and completely rethink? Or is it something that we just need to enhance and have a discussion about? I'd be interested in all of your thoughts. Beacon or burden, and what do we do?
I think it served us well so far, but we have to add in new options like fixed fees because it's not entirely fair and it's not covering everything that we can deliver. But I also think it's still a good entry point, especially for us with influencer marketing. Still, brands are a bit hesitant to enter the creator economy, like they still have doubts and are a bit afraid of losing control or giving up full control and handing it to the creators. So it's still a good entry point to work on the CPA basis, because for them it's still low risk and it's a low barrier. And then after that we can optimize the partnership, and we can include fixed fee campaigns on top of that.
Thanks. And quickly, you guys, I think, because we're into the last 5 minutes, but beacon or burden, last click. Do we stick with it or throw it away and find something new?
For us, it's a beacon. It's a last click model. We need a last click because we need the basket information fully as a loyalty program, because that's the base to give the points.
Yep. Sarah?
Well, for me, very different answer. Obviously, it doesn't really work for us, but I do understand it's a very difficult thing to fix. So I think a way to make sure that everyone gets the attribution that they deserve, whether they are at the start of the funnel or the end of the funnel, that would be the best way. Easier said than done, but I think we are all working towards trying to fix that.
My sense here is that you need to unpick the payment method from the value mechanic, and you can still pay on a last click as long as you understand value on a multi-touch, and that's really where we need to get to. Right, we can't have a panel discussion without talking about AI, and I think why this is important is because tomorrow will not look like yesterday. There is something fundamental shifting here, and this is a slide taken from Bain & Co. They talk about zero click, the idea that you have this linear funnel where you have all these different touch points. It's gone. Everything is collapsing now into this one interaction, this one thing. Where you have today, you sort of have AI-assisted moments. Tomorrow, you will probably have a completely automated integrated, and the implications of this for publishers could be profound. So I'd be interested in your takes. I'll probably come to you first, Sara, because there's a real-world example at the moment with AI overviews in Google, right? How's that viewed internally? What are your thoughts?
Very painful. So yes, I mean we've heard this morning a lot from Lily Ray, and actually she went into a lot of detail. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that. But it's publishers have been affected quite a lot in terms of visibility in general for AI overviews and a lot of other things happening in the Google space. So it's been the last year and a half has been quite challenging. I would say that from our perspective, there is a lot of noise going around, and AI overviews. Google claimed for it to be, a way to link more to actually website. But actually, I was reading on the Search Engine Journal, there was a study that they did a couple of weeks ago where it shows that 43% of the links actually stay within Google. So Google is actually linking to itself, which obviously is not great from a publisher perspective. So I think the way we are navigating that at Hearst is just removing a bit all the noise of all the things that are happening, because that is a space that keeps on changing. There are new things coming, new studies, new stats, new manual penalties happening, and so it's really difficult to navigate that. But what we're doing is we're keeping it very clear our long-term goal, and our long-term goal is offering really trustworthy, useful content to our readers, so that they can trust us when they are, they're looking to purchase a product or a service. So I think there are three things for me that will always be true, and I think all publishers should stick to. One is being authentic and keeping being that trusted voice, and readers will find you whether via Google or other sources. The second one is diversify traffic streams, and I think it's just very, something that we've been talking about a lot, but at Hearst we're really doubling down on social, video, and all the other platforms. And the third one is just simply connecting with our direct audience. As publishers, we're really strong in that. We have a really engaged direct audience, so it's really important that we do that. And at Hearst, we do it by membership offerings, live events. We have apps. We're creating a lot of apps to really engage with that direct audience. Sorry, a bit longer than I
No, that's great. I appreciate a comprehensive answer. And then to change it up a little bit, the creator space feels like a very human space. And so my question is, will AI ever be cool? Like, will I follow it because I believe in its trend? Or do you think there's always going to be a space for can only humans be cool? Will only humans set trends? Like, I'm interested in your take on that from a creative perspective.
I definitely think there will always, the human connection is really, really important.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about all the new opportunities that AI gives us, but I don't think it will ever completely overtake the human connection that the creators have. Like, people buy from people that they trust, and the followers and the customers are very interested in the personality and the personal life, the everyday life, the human experience, and I don't think AI can take that over.
So the one job it won't take is the influencer. Great. And then more from a practical perspective, Torsten, how are Payback using AI internally and to help with your monetization methods?
You can imagine that a loyalty program is based on algorithm. Basically, that's the base of what's happening. What we are striving now for is to create like your Payback for the over 30 million members. So basically, we build a complete personalized program. So every member will have his own app, his own services, by the usage, by the next best action out of the system. And we did some pilots on that. It's just powerful. We call it Palantir. So this logic is like Palantir logic, and what the results we see is just great. So it's going to be a one-to-one personalized offer.
And then that's just at the end. I'd just like to finish on one note, which is what's the one thing that makes you most positive about the future for the affiliate channel? We can just take that down the line.
For me, it's AI and the new tracking possibilities. I think it will create more accurate results and more success, so win-win for everyone.
Great.
For me, it's the joy of performance. I mean, it's a great industry. You have people who strive for performance, who look into the data, who want to reach the best for the partners and the customers, and that's why I love the industry.
I'm also going to echo everyone else in terms of AI, really exciting opportunities for publishers to improve processes and so that we can create more content, and also the community that Simone was mentioning earlier. I think that human connection will always be something that we can offer despite everything else that is going on, and that is what makes me really excited about the future and positive.
And on that note, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.